Peace and prosperity be unto all who's listening and watching. It's your girl LaShaWright, and I'm back with another video. And today I want to tell you the few tips that you can use to forgive anybody, if you're willing. It's only for the willing. Forgiveness is for the willing, but it's not necessarily for the person. It's for more so for self. So in order to forgive somebody, you have to accept what they've done, come to the acknowledgement that you cannot change it, come to the lesson of that specific thing that they done, acknowledge the person who done it, whether they apologize or not. You have to come to this place of saying, hey, I forgive them despite of what they done. And this is true growth, true accountability, but also the art of letting go. And when you master this ability, nothing or nobody can affect or offend you ever again. The art of forgiveness is easy when you know things necessarily have nothing to do with you. It is human nature to get offended or easily offended by any and everything outside of you. We as individuals often tie ourselves to many things outside of ourselves that have nothing to do with us. But the things that internally have something to do with us, those traumas, those pains that we have to eventually come to face with and let go of. The only way to forgive those things is come to the acknowledgement. First, acknowledging what exactly caused the trauma. Was it a specific event, person, or thing? What did the specific person, thing make you feel? How did it make you feel? You got to identify the feelings and the things in which you experience in order to even face the things in which you're trying to let go. After you acknowledge who it is, what it is, or the specific event, and acknowledge what it made you feel. Also acknowledge the lesson that came with it. And after you acknowledge the lesson, what did it teach you about yourself, but what did it teach you about the type of people or the type of things, or it just teaches you more about yourself. So it's just you come to acknowledgement of letting yourself know what I allow myself to go through, what I put up with, and coming to this place of self-love and knowing that you deserve better, right? That's the purpose of acknowledging things that you allow to go on in your life. The next step is acknowledging the fact that you can't change it because it's already happened. It's like a story. Stories get played over and over again like history. You can't go back and change things that happened to you, nor could you change the past. It's the story now. It's a testimony to your story. It's your story. You can't change it. You can only come to acceptance of it. So therefore, you really need to let it go. Reason being is nothing from the past can be great for the future unless you use that very thing from the past as a lesson to guide you towards your future. But only can we focus on the present moment. So the biggest thing about past or things that we experience in the art of forgiveness is knowing what those things taught us, knowing what those things taught us about ourselves, about the situation or whatever it is, whoever caused us pain or done things wrong to us. It allows us the ability to become stronger and never allow those things to happen to us again. Not only that we build ourselves a barrier, a boundary, and self-love. Out of self-love, you build this discipline is basically love. But you also need to build a barrier, a boundary around yourself, letting people know, hey, don't cross the line. The moment you master these things, and knowing that the things that happen, you can't change, you accept the fact that it happened and let it go. Acknowledge all the things that need to be acknowledged. Take the lesson as it is and apply it to the present moment so that you won't make the current past mistakes that you made in the past. A lot of things aren't really your fault, so you can't take accountability for everything. But the things that you don't take the acknowledgement to change, that you acknowledge of, often ends up your downfall. If you know you need to change and you don't necessarily take the actions to change, then you are only faulting yourself, no one else. And who else is going to be accountable for you? Just you. We're all born here in this world alone. Therefore, you have to take accountability for your own forgiveness. Now, that's not to say that what people done to you is right. That's just to say that you've done things at one point in your time in your life that you wanted forgiveness for, probably. I'm not really sure. It depends on you. I've never done anything that I really wanted forgiveness for because I've never done anything that wrong to anybody. So I can't really speak for myself personally because I've never done anything to hurt anybody in a way that I would seek out forgiveness for. So that's just me. But I would want forgiveness if I ever done the wrong or made a mistake that was unforgivable. But I'm usually better at making decisions. But, you know, everyone has to live and learn. Not everyone makes the best choices. So, with that being said, forgiveness does come to those who are willing to let go of the past, but also acknowledge the fact they need to change, acknowledge what needs to be changed, take the actions to change it, also acknowledge the lesson that they are supposed to learn, but also not repeat the same mistakes in the past. Not everything that happened in the past is a certain mistake that you made. Sometimes it was mistakes of other people along the journey. Not everybody's journey is your fault, but their own. Like, we all journey along each other's, but we all have our own individual journeys. But the biggest thing is, can you forgive today? And will you forgive? And how do you plan to start your journey of forgiveness? Because everything that you're holding on to will hold you back from all the great successes, all the great happiness, and all the great freedom that you seek to exist in this world. That's my take on it.